The fishing news is brought to you by Interlux Marine Paint and Okuma.
70 degrees on the weather station in my office Wednesday at noon, and the following day we've got snow all over the ground. Now for you folks on Sunday who went to bed early at halftime to get some early rack time and woke up surprised the next morning, it's sort of like that. I'm Jim Hutchinson with a New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine. A little surprise blast of snow here showing that February doesn't want to let go. But don't worry about it. Pitchers and catchers report to spring training next week. And we're only about 2.5 weeks until this back bay season opens in New Jersey, the March 1st opening of striped bass along the rivers and creeks throughout New Jersey. But for now, it's still mostly the same pick that we've been talking about for quite some time. For example, North Jersey, boats like the Big Mohawk and charter boats all the way down through Manasquan continue to sail for a pick of blackfish. I talked to Jason at Fisherman Supply in Point Pleasant earlier in the week. He said a lot of guys are heading out of Manasquan and heading south to Garden State and fishing some of the deeper waters east of Barnegat for a better blackfish bite. Back up out of Brielle, the Big Jamaica continues to sail offshore, hitting those deep water wrecks every Saturday for cod and also more of those jumbo porgies. Don't forget, the porgy season in New Jersey ends at the end of February, so if you want to get in on those hubcaps, all right, before the spring and summer season, you want to get on the Jamaica right now. Other boats, the Barb Gale, party boats like the Norma Kay and the Jamaica 2. Those options are still there. They're sailing for a pick of fish, finding some blackfish and some cod along the way. Mostly quiet down in South Jersey, the fleet in South Jersey. Fishing Fever's Tom Daffin has been getting out on a regular basis, doing a number on the tog, including some big ones. I think he had a 17-pounder last week. Now he had a 12.5-pounder earlier this week. He runs out of Hutch's Marina and is mostly booked up for the rest of the month as we enjoy this February action with tog. You can check at thefisherman.com. We're in the magazine, of course. Other boats, the Cape Queen, she sails out of Hutch's as well. Maybe give Freddie Ascoli at Harborview a call as well. Of course, in Delaware, you can give the folks at Hookem and Cookem or Lewis Harbor a shot as well to find some of those boats that continue to take advantage of the black fishing. Now, most of the folks here in South Jersey and into Delaware too, enjoying some early action on white perch. Guys like Bruce here finding some action. I was talking to Dave at Absecon Bay Sportsman earlier in the week. He said grass shrimp and live minnows. And again, he's been optimistic, thinking that white perch action was going to start a little early. So hopefully you've got that opportunity this weekend. Mike Kenville, he checked in with us this week at thefisherman.com. He had yellow perch and pickerel up in the Mays Landing area of the Great Egg Harbor River. He was using waxworms under a float. So again, with this mild winter, plenty of open water opportunities and an early bite on a lot of these fisheries. I mentioned open water last week in our video forecast. Dan Kriskowski, he was out on Super Bowl Sunday up at Round Valley. Ended up with his 20-pound, 14-ounce lake trout on a jigging spoon. Again, open water opportunities, best in the fresh water right now. Talking to some of the shops up in North and Northwest Jersey, they're saying that some of the stream levels are back up to a normal height. So some of the trout action has been pretty good, and with this mild weather, except for the Thursday snow, of course, you do have some opportunities. Now, you folks have had the February edition of the Fisherman magazine in your hands for a couple of weeks. Make sure you consult with the calendar of events and our news briefs. We always give you a comprehensive rundown of all the things that you can do throughout the month on the weekends, the boat shows, the outdoor shows, the fishing flea markets. This weekend, a couple of them. Just last week, I had lunch with some folks, met an extraordinary young angler named AJ Max. Up-and-coming young gun fisherman. Now, AJ is going to be out this Saturday at the Highmar Striper Club's annual fishing flea market. That's from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m., February 11th, at the VFW on Highway 36 in Port Monmouth. Folks got to come out and meet AJ. They've got a couple of seminar speakers set up for Saturday. On Sunday, I'm heading down to Palmyra. We're going to join the folks at the Palmyra Fire Company. Their 20th annual fishing flea market is being held from 9 till 2 at the Charles Street School. Now, it's a $4 entry after 9 a.m., but if you want to get down there early, they have an early entry $10 admission at 8 a.m. That's when you know these flea markets, folks. If you're going to go in there to get the best deal, sometimes you get in there earlier, the better. Come on down, see me. We've got the Fisherman booth there. We'll talk about this summer flounder fiasco, maybe get some ideas on where the early season striper bite might start in the Delaware. And of course, yeah, we can talk about some of these stinking New Englanders and their 5-ring Patriots. Look, I hope this is the last time you have to use the snow shovel for the year. Hopefully we put it away and don't worry about it. Come on out and see me in Palmyra this weekend. And of course, don't forget, we will see you next week and every week at thefisherman.com.
The fishing news is brought to you by Intellux Marine Paint and Okuma.